Earlier we have seen about fixed biasing technique, collector to base biasing technique and voltage divider biasing technique, but this is emitter biasing. In emitter biasing we are having two power supplies, that is one is positive power supply and another one is negative power supply. These two power supplies will have equal magnitude and but we will use them in different polarity. So why we are providing two power supplies is because if one is 10 volts, then another will be minus 10 volts. Okay, now if we apply, why we are using these two power supplies is because this will provide maximum swing to the applied input AC signal and the output. We are applying some AC signal at the input, and with the gain it is of 10 volts peak, off peak. If the positive peak is 10 volts, then we can't get 10 volts if we apply a single source with 10 volts, because it will gives only up to 5 volts in positive direction and 5 volts in negative direction. So we will not get 10 volts output, 10 volts at output. This may leads to clipping of output signal, so we will not get faithful amplified output. For that reason we are applying two power supplies to give maximum swing. That is, if we see in the operational amplifier circuits, they are having two power supplies, that is positive power supply and negative power supply. They will enable us to get output at 15 volts up to 15 volts swing of AC signal in positive direction and up to minus 15 degrees swing in negative direction. So we can get huge voltages at the output. For that sake we are using this emitter biasing, and for the good stabilization also sometimes we will use this emitter biasing. Okay, keep it aside and let us see about the circuit first. This is the circuit. It is having negative supply VEE, that is negative supply is applied at the emitter and positive supply is applied at the collector. And if we simplify this circuit, we can redraw it as minus VE, that is minus voltage is applied to the emitter and negative voltage, and positive VE, that is positive voltage is applied to the collector. This is simple circuit, and this is the input loop and this is the output loop. We can simply imagine there is no big difference between these two circuits, but just to avoid some lines we are simplifying these sources. In this we are having two different sources, that is they are equal in magnitude, and there is a collector resistor RC and emitter resistor RE and base resistor RB. We can apply input AC input at the base through a capacitor, that is we already know about that, and this is the base emitter voltage VBE, and it is a VC, that is collector to emitter voltage. This is all about the circuit, and the main thing that is different from other circuit sheets, two voltages and an emitter resistor are the two things that we are using different from other two circuits. If we apply KVL at the input loop, we will get minus IVRB, that is the voltage drop across RB resistor, that is the base resistor. This is negative because as we are thinking this is negative and another will be positive. We know that current is flowing from negative to positive, so but actually the current is flowing to the base, that's why this is in negative, that is in reverse direction. So we are taking minus IBRB and minus VB, that is this is plus and this is minus, so this is minus VB and minus IARE, that is the voltage drop across collector emitter resistor is IARE, and VEE, that is the voltage that we are providing in the negative direction to the emitter. And this is the KVL equation at the input loop, and if we simplify this, we will get IBRB plus VBE plus IARE is equal to VEE. And we know that previous circuits, we know that IC plus IB is equal to IE. From that we can neglect the IB as it is very less than IE is approximately equal to IC. If we replace this IE with IC, we will get collector current equation. And apart from that, already know that gain of a CMO amplifier is beta, that is IC by IB is equal to beta. And if we take an equation for collector current, then IC is equal to beta IB. Then if we replace this IC with IE, we will get IE by beta is equal to IB. If we replace this IB, that is this IB with IE, then we will get IE by beta into RB plus VBE plus IARE is equal to VEE. If we simplify it further, we will get VE is equal to IE into RB by beta plus RE plus VBE, and then IE is equal to VEE minus VBE by RB by beta plus RE. This is the emitter current equation, and if we simplify this, we will get collector current equation, that is IC is equal to VEE minus VBE by RB by beta plus RE. This is the collector current equation of a emitter biasing circuit. And if we apply our KVL at output loop, then we will get, if we apply KVL at output loop, this is the KVL equation at the output loop, then we will get VCC, that is the voltage V plus VCC minus ICRC, that is the voltage drop across RC, and minus VCE, that is the voltage drop from collector to emitter terminals, minus IERE, that is the voltage drop across emitter resistor, and plus VE, that is the voltage, negative voltage applied at the emitter, is equal to 0. VCC minus ICRC minus VCE minus, if we further simplify this equation, we will get VCC minus ICRC minus VCE minus ICRA plus VE is equal to 0. That is, we have seen earlier that IE can be replaced with IC as these are approximately equal. VCE is equal to VCC minus ICRC plus ICRA plus VE. That is the collector to emitter, that is VCE value is equal to VCC minus IC into RC plus RA plus VE. This is the VCE equation for VCE. In the previous one we have seen that collector current equation, and here we have seen that VCE equation of voltage from collector to emitter. If we can make this VCE independent of temperature, then we can stabilize the Q point, and if we can make the IC independent of temperature, we can make stabilized ignition. Collector current increases. If IC increases, then voltage across RE increases, that is voltage drop across RE increases. This will become positive and this will become negative, and this is the negative voltage that is supplied to the transistor. RE has more positive voltage, then this will decrease the effect of VE at the base, and this will in turn decreases the IB. This decrease in IB will eventually decreases static increase in collector current. Through this we can also make the emitter current, make the emitter transistor model stabilize. And another way is here VBE is very less compared to VEE, so we can neglect this, and RB by beta will be very less compared to RE. So IC will be equal to VEE by RE. IC is equal to VE by RE, that is VE is constant voltage and negative voltage that is supplied, and RE is resistance value that is constant. So through this way also we can make IC constant and the IC independent of temperature. So and then the Q point will be stabilized, and in the x-axis we are having VCE, in the y-axis we are having that IC and we have stabilized that, and here in the y-axis we are having VCE, that is if the IC increases then the voltage drop across RE increases, we have seen that, and this RE will decreases the forward biasing potential at the base, and this will in turn reduces the IB, and this IB will decreases the statistic increase in IC. Through this also we can stabilize the Q point, and if you see the stability factor, of the emitter biasing circuit, then stability factor is, and for the stability factor we have to apply KVL at the input loop. So we are applying KVL, that is IBRB is equal plus IBRB, that is the base voltage drop, plus VB, that is the base to emitter voltage, plus IERE, that is the voltage drop across emitter resistor, is equal to VE, that is the negative voltage supplied in this loop. And if you simplify this, and we have seen that IE can be replaced with IC, so we have replaced this and formulated this equation, and we have to differentiate this equation with respect to IC, then we will get dIV by dIC into RB, plus as VB is constant, so we will get 0, and IC DIC by DIC is equal to 1, so we will get only RE is equal to 0, and we can form this dIV by DIC is equal to minus RE by RB, and we know that the stability factor equation is equal to S is equal to 1 plus beta by 1 minus beta into dIV by DIC. If we replace the dIV by DIC value with minus RE by RB, then we will get 1 plus beta by 1 minus beta into minus RE by RB, and we can multiply this and we can cancel this minus, and we will get finally 1 plus beta by 1 plus beta into RE by RB. If RE by RB value is unity, then we will get unity stability factor and an excellent stabilization. If it is somewhat near to 1 or somewhat near to 0, then we will get less than 25 stability factor, and it is also safe for the good stabilization. This is all about emitter biasing circuit.